You manifested that though.
And we're going to talk about like what it takes to own like a witchy shop.
That's all the time. How long have you been here? We're like, forever.
What does, I guess, a day in the life of a shop owner look like?
You have to be prepared to like push very, very hard. And just it is not a regular 9 to 5.
We're on this learning journey just like many of you might be. Think of us as your curious companions as we stumble, learn, and hopefully gain some genuine insights.
So if you're curious about your birth chart, wondering what the tarot card really means, or just looking for some relatable company on your spiritual learning path, then Stars and Shuffles is for you. Get ready to explore the universe within and around us. Well, we're super excited to be here at Hemlock Haus talking to Helena and Sarah. And we're going to talk about like what it takes to own like a witchy shop, metaphysical, because I feel like all of our dreams is to quit that 9 to 5 and to open one. I feel like once a week, me and Selena definitely are like, let's just do it. But then we're like, no, we can't really. We're like, we want a bookstore and a tea shop and a witchy store all combined. And then we're like, eh. And I feel like so many people we talk to think the same thing, where they just want to quit that 9 to 5 and do it. And y'all did it. So,
well, yeah. I did it. Sarah already had a very successful business before that. So
I haven't had a 9 to 5 since 2006.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah. So
some days. I'm going to be real honest.
Nice. So I guess I'm really curious, right? Where did the idea come from? Like what got you guys started?
Do you want to say?
You can go ahead. It's fine. It's fine.
So I had started shooting with Sarah back in 2012 or 13, right after the birth of my child. And we just, through like shooting and stuff in her studio, we just sort of kind of became friends. And then what was it? Somebody rented out like the studio to do
somebody rented the studio. I didn't even know that we both were into anything like this. Actually, I think the DFW witchy shit group started.
But just before. It was this all happened super fast.
Yeah, it was all really, really fast here in this area for anybody who's been around for a minute. I want to say that was like 2016 it started. But both Helen and I were friends with the admin of the group. And so we were like the first like 20 people in that group. So then I was like, oh, okay, she's into this too. Like, cool. And then somebody had rented my studio space to have a class. Mm-hmm. So we both were in the class together. And we just started hanging out. And we both were vendors.
Yeah, we both were vendors. So Sarah so she's the owner of Bewitched Kitsch Designs. So she does... she makes like crowns, and she had crystals and like altar kits at the time.
Yeah.
And I was doing my Reiki services at events, and then also doing like herbal like teas and stuff. So I was putting the teas that I've been making for years out into the public. Mm-hmm. And so then with that, we sort of just got closer. And then where was it? It was at a Samhain event up in Denton. And our tables were next to each other. And I turned around at the end of the night and I was like, we should open a store. And Sarah was like, what? And I was like, we should open a store. And that was pretty much, it was that in 2020.
It had to be like 21.
I think it was 21 because we were not like we were coming out of pandemic at that time. Yeah. And so we kind of like sat on it. And I remember going to her studio and I still
manifested that though.
And so I still have, those big Post-it boards that you can get. So I still have it, and it has all of our like goals, the things that we wanted to have, like we name thoughts, like, do we want to do subscription boxes? Do we want to do, and a lot of stuff is still sitting on that list, but we slowly have been checking them off. And then when was it that we got
So in December of 21. So not like, if that was a Samhain event, it was only like 2 months later.
Yeah.
I got an email from a neighbor of mine that used to be a tenant next to my old studio, and they had purchased a strip mall. And they were like, we want you to move over here and leave your studio, like to bring my studio over there.
Yeah.
Like, we'll build it out, all this stuff, you know, this and this. So I was like, okay. So, and then come to find out, I was like, well, give me the address. We'll come look at it. I don't know if I can do that. It was a mile from my house.
That's nice.
So I was like, all right, you know, and then they're like, we'll build this out for you. We'll do it however. And at the time, my studio was literally a warehouse, like a warehouse. So I was like, okay. And then they're like, well, we have this empty one next door. So if you want to take both, we'll cut you a deal. And they're like, it's not remodeled. You'll have to take it as is, but it will be like half price. And I was like, so then I went and called Helena and I was like, so
I need you to come and look at this place.
I'm like, this kind of just literally fell in our lap. So if we want to do it, here's our chance to do it. Because it was just, seriously, it's like the universe just said, here you go. And that was in December of 21. We moved in March, but we didn't open the store till November because for a long time we just were doing online stuff. But building online is a whole...
I feel like that's harder. No?
Well, I think part of it is because we both already had a following locally. And so we still we would just be like, hey guys, we're going to go live on this night. And here's the products. This is what we have in the shop today. And then people were like, when are y'all going to do a brick and when is this going to become a brick and mortar? And we're like, well, and we just needed things, Sarah's busy in the studio and I was still working a corporate job. And it was we had to have we had to have bodies in the store in order to make it all work. So it took some time. Yeah. And then it was Brandy who did, they used to be the Witchy Bazaar. There used to be a big market that was quarterly here called the Witchy Bazaar. And it was huge. It was such a good event. And she had asked about using the studio space to hold one of them. And then we were just like, well, I guess we should open a shop. So that became our soft opening for the shop in November of 22. And that was she came to us in the end of September. So it was literally September. And then we're opening a shop in November. The shop was maybe the size of this room. Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
My
child took those little tiny Polaroids. They had that camera. And so they took it facing into the store and you literally would walk in the door and then come through and it was just this long. And then because it used to be a dentist
office. It was a dentist office.
And so we would sit behind where the reception people were. But it worked.
Yeah. It was a counter,
And then eventually we were okay, we've got to expand this a bit more. And so the studio and the store switched. And so the store went into the studio space and the studio space came into the dentist's office, which had different rooms and stuff. And I know that was probably a bit of a struggle on Sarah's end because she needs height and stuff like that. And they had these lowered ceilings and she's made a lot of sacrifices in order for the store to grow. I want to put that out there.
Aww.
It doesn't go unnoticed.
But it worked. And then we found this place. And so we went from, I don't know, it was maybe 3,200 square feet for both over there to this one's 4,800. And that's in a matter of 3.5 years.
Well, I remember the last store. But not the little store.
Yeah.
So I was in
the last store was
between.
about, I think the last store was about 800, maybe 1,000.
I think it was 1,000.
Yeah. So up here, we have way more space up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still have plenty of room to grow in here and fill it up. I will say we've definitely been on a roller coaster of adventure for the last couple of years, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I was so you said you were still working corporate when you first started. So what made you finally make that jump to I'm done?
I don't even know. The owner of the company, it was a small company. I'm going to be pretty vague here. Had brought in this person who demanded on replying to all of our emails. And basically she tried to AI-ify the workflows of things that had been, and to back it up, I had helped this person start the company. So I created all the processes and it's fine. You can bring somebody in, but this person was just the way that they went about changing things without even knowing what they were changing. And we dealt with many clients who for lack of a better term, require, this was a field that you have to be very it was medical. I'll say that. Yeah. And they came in and tried to change things where it caused a lot of problems across the board, and the stress that it put me under. And I was just like, you know what? We're leading up to, because it was all the way up until when we opened this location.
I think you quit the week that we were opening this location.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because we were getting it ready, and it was like on Tuesday or something, and you're like, I've had it.
I did.
We quit, and we opened on like Sunday that same week.
Yep.
And here.
Yeah. So I was doing that while also coming here and trying to help do all that. Sarah was still trying to shoot. For a while, she shot out of this space in the store while the back, because the landlords hadn't done what they needed to do in the back yet for her studio.
We had no air conditioner.
Yeah. And it was this, literally, it was a year ago.
Yeah.
Like it's been a year.
Yeah. Because I think our grand opening was a year ago this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
in this location, because when we moved the last week of March, and we were down for 3 months trying to
just holding our markets. So like even like the electricity, like there was so much in this space that we were just like, what the heck?
Yeah.
a lot of struggles that we had to like figure stuff out. That this is not, we don't have funding from anybody. This is all just us.
Yeah. So I guess that led into my other question that I had for you guys, right? Like there is no financial stability here. Like what advice do you have for people who are kind of in that position, right? Where they're like, I have my corporate job right now. I'm too afraid to make that leap to start my own business. Like, what do I do?
I think you have to kind of know where you want to go with it and have a goal in mind. A lot of people want to do the brick and mortar, in which I'm all for small business. I think it's great. I think more people should. However, you have to take things into consideration, the economic climate of things. We didn't really, I don't know, and I don't, because it was like Sarah said, I just sort of like manifested it, but that doesn't mean that we haven't had days where like nobody came in the very beginning, like stuff. It just, you have to be prepared to like push very, very hard, and just it is not a regular 9 to 5. It's not, if you want to go to like, want to go out and do things, there's things that there's a lot of sacrifices that have to be made.
And it's, and it's not, you have to keep in mind that with any business, you're also not going to profit for at least 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that. So they're like 6 months and they're like, well, I'm not making money. And you're like, well, you're not going to make money. And then even after you're successful, you can be super successful, but then the economy can do weird things.
Yeah.
And the next year you can go from making just a crazy amount of money to making like nothing. You can't, it's not dependable. It's not, and I mean, we're not Walmart or Target, it's not just a big, large corporation where people just flock to you all the time. We're very specific at who's coming in here. So you have to be ready for that. And it's just, so, I mean, yeah, it's great if you can get loans and everything, but you still have to pay those back. So it's not like they're just going to hand it out to you. And, they talk about grants and all this. And yes, they're there, but they're not as easy to obtain as you think. And even we haven't, I will say we've looked into them slightly, but not like a ton, but it's also like, look at what we sell. So the chances of somebody being like, yeah, we're going to fund you guys. Well, you're selling crystals and herbs and tarot cards in Texas. Like, no, they're not, whether, even though we might be minority, being women, person of color, LGBTQ, it doesn't matter. Like, there's still somebody else who they're going to pick over that,
Yeah.
So it's like, do we waste all our time doing that? Yeah, we could get lucky, but then it's also like, we just kept going. So
yeah, I love how it was such an organic growth. It wasn't like, let's buy a 5,000 store space. Let's literally be online first, and it evolved. And I think that is a big difference between a lot of people just want to jump straight into where you're at now, but it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work and that small build up for it, and that organic growth that you did, I think is really cool. It wasn't just all right, come guys, we're here.
Yeah. Quitting our jobs and buying a store.
Yeah.
No, I wish it was that, I wish it was able to be that stable right off the bat. But I mean, even this far in, we still have times where we're like, holy crap.
We're still fighting. And I feel like the universe with us has thrown us literally everything it possibly can for us to not keep going like the whole time. Like
what was it?
Some of the challenges we've had, it's just like, and we're still here.
Yeah.
Like, take that.
Yeah.
What was something that you found surprising maybe about owning like a shop like this? What was something that like you didn't expect?
I'd say like the community we've built.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. I was like, are we going to land on that? We usually do.
I don't know. It's weird because it's not just like, it is a shop, but it's more than a shop, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like with our events, the people who come around, we have people that just come in and just need like to hang out sometimes, and they know that they can, or like they've made friends with other people here, and it's not just like, oh, we've seen that person before. We've gotten to know people, you know, and know their lives and seen different things, you know, their ups and downs too, which is kind of cool.
I guess, did you guys ever envision creating a community in your journey?
That was like part of what we had hoped, because I don't know, people think going into business for themselves will help them get rich, but we kind of knew that that wasn't going to be the case. Our goal was more so for people to have a place to be, and we just were like, we're just going to show up as who we are and hope that who needs us finds us.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we just weren't prepared for how many people that was, and how many people that just were, you know, not just customers. I don't mean it like that. They, you know, people that come through, how those people are now like very close friends. And it's just kind of crazy that I don't think, even though we wanted it, I don't think we expected the volume, or like just how many people just ended up needing this, and we needed them. So, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it makes me tear up a little. So, I'm always just kind of blown away by things whenever I'm just like, what the heck is happening? But it's needed.
I feel like you've created like much more than a shop. Like this is like a third space for people where they literally just come and hang out. Do you have people that literally just like show up every day and hang out with you?
Not every day, but like, what's today? Today's Friday. We have a couple regulars on Thursdays that we know are coming in every week.
Yeah.
I'm usually here on Mondays. There's a few people that I know that I'm pretty much going to see on Mondays. Whether they're coming in to buy things or just say hello, there are people who literally were like, just want to stop by and say hi.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, okay, you know, so.
Yeah, they do. We've had at the second location, we had sort of like this table set up next to the checkout area, and it had some chairs, and people would just come and sit and just chat with us. And so the place where we currently have that set up now does have plans for that space, but we're also like, we got to figure out where
Probably have a table in here.
Where the hangout space is going to, it's probably going to be in here, because we know that we still want people to feel like it's an open place for people to come and connect and just sit. We've had things where it was just like, what was it, like a coffee and
like after
I know what you're talking about.
After
I almost
some
came.
things.
I was gonna say
after a horrible event happened a couple years ago.
after some political stuff's gone down, you know, we've opened our doors for people who just need a place to go, you know, and just hang out. Some people just came, they didn't even want to talk to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
They just wanted to be in a building with people who felt the same way.
And not alone. You know, some people lived on their own, or they just didn't want to be at home with their partner. Like they wanted to just be in a place that felt safe.
Mm-hmm.
And we get that a lot. And it's definitely like our goal to make this a safe space. But when people say like, how do you do that? I don't know. It is like, there's not anything really that we do except for just show up and be ourselves. And we're humans, so we're not perfect all the time. But, you know, I think that's just part of accepting people for who they are and where they're at.
So I reached out to a group I'm in and asked them questions. And one of the ones that was kind of interesting that they asked was like, what is the most popular item being bought in the store? Like, so we switch over.
I think it depends on the week.
Yeah.
Like, because we'll have something that's been sitting there for a year, and then all of a sudden in a week we'll have like 5 people buy it, and we're just like, that's been
Yeah.
sitting there.
I love that. Is this new? And we're like, no, we've had that for a while.
There was like,
I just moved it.
or like, what was it? A month or two ago at one of the markets, we have this one tarot deck that we've had for a minute, and we've been carrying it, but all of a sudden, like that one day we had like 4 people buy that same deck.
Yeah, we sold out. We were like, what's happening?
We sold out of it. And we're just like, I mean, it's a beautiful deck, but I mean, it's just weird. You can kind of tell if something's kind of gotten popular on TikTok or on social media, because all of a sudden everybody comes and asks for the same herb or the same crystal or something, and you're just like, and it's usually moldified, and I'm like, I don't carry that.
Sarah is a non-moldified person.
I don't like it. No, I don't carry that one.
And I'm like, take off the Band-Aid, take it all out of my life if I don't need it.
So I guess how do you guys decide then what to carry in inventory?
We talk about it.
Yeah.
We're partners.
Yeah.
So we collaborate on, we're like, a lot of it is, I'm going to make this product. Are you good? Like, cause we also make products for the store and for our own businesses. And so, there's that where it's like, hey, let's come up with this line where you do this and I'll do that. And then, when we're looking for things externally, we're looking for small businesses, people, persons of color, businesses, LGBTQ, women owned. So we're looking for other small businesses to support. And, from there, we just kind of, are like this, we just sort of let our intuition lead us.
Yeah. And both of us have our own brand in the store, plus we have the store brand. And so we both had our brands before. So Helena carried specific items. I carried specific items. So it's we've kind of carried that into the store too.
Yeah.
So there's like Helena, she brings in all the coffees and teas. So she makes her own mixes, but then she finds the ones that she wants to bring because she's knowledgeable in that. I bring in the crystals, like it's just, but then the store brings in stuff together too. So it's just a mix.
Yeah. Sarah has always had her pulse on like what is, I don't want to say trending, but just like things that are like moving, like she'll kind of like always watches that stuff. And so she'll say, hey, I kind of see like this is getting a little bit popular, or, I don't know, would you say because you've always sort of like, or you've just been.
I kind of have to do that with my studio, I think.
Yeah, so I think she just, because of the studio, Sarah sees a lot more of like what's coming through the pipelines of fashion and just aesthetically. Because also, like I tell people, like, so this is sort of like I don't want to say, but for lack of a better term, like it's a target of like witchy stores. We kind of have a little bit of everything in here. So you're going to have like clothing and stuff like that.
Yeah, we wanted to open a space that not only would have ritual items for people to be able to come to, but people who might be curious and they might, because let's be real, when you're first starting out and you go into some of the shops, and all the shops are great, but like sometimes you go into a shop and depending on what's going on that day, the person in there might not be the most friendly, or they might not talk to you, and you might feel really uncomfortable. But if you can go to somewhere and, I don't know, look at some clothes they have on the rack where it's not anything to do, but then you see, oh, what are they doing with those candles? What are they doing with those herbs? It can open the door for people who are looking for something. So it kind of like leads into that, but also just, space for if people just want to buy stuff that's aesthetically witchy or gothy or whatever too.
Yeah.
They can come in there, so.
No, that's very interesting. You're definitely like piquing their curiosity and using that.
Yeah, so we try to have things that, like Sarah said, if it's just, they're just into the aesthetics of it all, and we have that. It's on purpose.
I mean, I can't tell you how many people that we've seen that started with just, well, I like this kind of stuff in my house. I want to buy crystals. Okay, well, you're going to open the door somewhere. And then you're going to find your people, or you're going to find your path that you need to go down, whether it be, and there's so many different paths with this lifestyle too, like so many belief systems. So it's like, you don't know who's going to find what, so I think it's cool that we can open that for them.
Yeah. What does, I guess, a day in the life of a shop owner look like?
I think for us, it looks a little different for each one of us.
I wake up and come in and I'm here. I don't know what else. And then I go home and I work some more and studio stuff.
Yeah. Sarah, so for me, it's, I come in, open the store, sweep up some stuff sometimes, but then Sarah will tell you, I'm the one that like walks the store and I'm like, where's that? Who sold that? Where's this? So I'm like, but I do
She
have
has like a nonstop inventory right here.
I can't help it. But I'm also, I'm ruled by Mercury across the board. So I'm just very mercurial. And so like, if I see it, I'm like, who sold that? I'm like, did this sell? Or did it get, and they're like, no, it sold. And I'm like, then I'll go to the inventory. I'm like, all right. so for me, it's more back end data and like making sure that, because now that we have the online shop and stuff, so there's a way for people to shop that they can't come in. So I'm trying to like backload like 3 years of inventory on top of like new inventory that we're constantly getting. So that's been a bit of a process, but we're getting there. So it looks a little different for both of us.
Yeah, there's not really like a structure, I don't feel like, with us. It just depends on what the day is too, because I also still have the studio.
Mm-hmm.
So some days I come in and I go straight to the studio, and then I leave the studio at the end of the day and I come right into the shop.
Mm-hmm.
And then I usually, when I'm done, I go home and I edit. So that's my day.
Sometimes I have clients for Reiki. So sometimes I'll have clients come up here afterwards or like during the day, just depending on when they want to schedule. So there's a lot of schedule dancing that the two of us do to make sure that like Sarah can do what she needs to do in the studio, and then that I can do what I need to do in my Reiki business. And then we also make products and stuff, like I said earlier, on the side. So you add that in somewhere in the mix. We do get Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. But for Sarah, she's usually
take it off.
that's been making products.
Yeah, well, like this Tuesday, I was technically off, but I wasn't off because I had 5 clients in the studio, so I still come in on days. So
like put that in quotations. Yeah,
there is no off day for us. Not really.
Not really. No. Like every once we have, as of April of this year, started initiating days off for us though.
Yeah, we're like, okay, you need to take a day off, and you need to take a day.
Yeah, we get 1 day a week that we each take off. And then we each took 5 days off in a row in July.
Wow.
Whoa. I know. We're like, what?
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't even book the studio. Like, I get to stay home. So, yeah, we did. But it's been 3 years since we've done that. So,
So yeah, if you're wanting to start a business.
Be prepared for that, guys.
Yeah.
No PTO.
There's no PTO.
There's not. There's no sick days. There's no PTO. Thankfully, at least for us, there's 2 of us.
Yes.
And then my husband and kids are pretty good about coming and subbing in if needed in the store. And we have a few really good friends that we trust that can come in and sub if we absolutely need them to. Because you have to show up all the time. Yeah. And like we're retail, holiday season. What's that? You're here. You're here. Small business. I mean, it's a little different. Like when it comes down to that, but we're not going to be closed on Black Friday. Are you kidding? Like, it's not packed, but people are out shopping. Like, you have to be here. Christmas Eve, we're still here. Not even whether we practice that or not, but because there's still people out shopping, and you can't be closed on days like that. So
yeah, definitely. What are some of because you do a lot of events, community building. So, what are some of your favorite events that you have, and what events do you have coming up too?
I love our markets. I love especially our night markets. So during the summertime, from like May, I say the summertime because this is Texas, but from May to November, all of our markets are on Saturday evenings. And so it just has a different vibe. The vendors, for whatever reason, are just way more amped on those days. I don't know what it is because it's summertime in Texas, and
because they're not here at like 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning.
But they're so like here for it. And then that transfers to the customers. I really do love those events.
The markets are fun. Our Goth Prom was a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We did our first one, and we have a second one this November. It was just a really great event to have for a bunch of weirdos to be able to go out and enjoy a night and get dressed up and have fun and dance all night and enjoy each other. And everybody was just so nice to each other, which was like really nice to see.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. Our classes are always fun. They always seem to go over well in the shop.
Yeah, I think when we do like our tattoo and tarot days or our tarot and tea days, those are really good. Like, so our tarot and tea day, we have one coming up on July 5th. And that one you get to sit with any of our in-house readers. So we have 6 readers, myself included. And people can just come in and first out, like you can get a reading. There's usually a reader here every day, but whenever we have all of them here, this place is packed. And I'm just like, oh, you can get a reading here any day, but that's okay. You please come. Please come. So, but I love those days just because it does bring out so many people and we get to just meet more people in the community. And we get a lot of, are you guys new? And no, that's
all the time.
Yeah, and which is fine. We're new to you. So
Yeah.
and that's good because we want to meet new people.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's all the time. How long have you been here? We're like, forever.
It's been 84 years. so long.
What makes me sad, I actually used to live down the street from here like 12 years, 13 years ago. And I'm like, well, like you weren't here yet.
Well, it's a little aside. Our original location, that is, I used to live in the neighborhood right behind there, right before I had my child. And so I was like, well, I used to live like a few feet away from here, but now I live 30 something minutes away. So
it's just constantly called back to this area of town.
Yeah.
Like when I first moved to Texas, I literally lived like right down the street. And then I lived everywhere else. And then I ended up back over here.
That's like we're in the same apartments, probably.
I was in some very not nice apartments. I was 21 and moved across the country randomly, let me tell you. 2000, so.
Well, it's actually crazy. My husband lived in the same apartments I did, just 20 year different, like not 20 years, but like 10-year different time frame. We lived in like basically the same street.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Bonded. Yep. Those apartments, they hold something special.
Oh,
because it's like, oh, everybody I know has lived there at some point.
I've lived in places like that. Where it's like we were just sort of like ships, like passing in time.
We always talk about astrology and tarot on our podcast, so I'm curious. I doubt you ask every person that comes in, like, what's your sign? But
we ask a lot of people.
Do you reckon it? Like, is there one sign that shows up more than the rest?
I don't think there's a sign that shows up more than the rest. I tend to ask people because they'll start asking, like, I don't know, sometimes like if they're asking for certain stones or just different things, and they'll say things and I'll be like, well, what's your sign? Just to kind of see, because, different elements vibe with different things. And I want to say we get a mix of just about everybody. Okay. Even everybody that's in the shop all the time we're all different.
Which sign buys the most?
No.
I don't either because
I don't know. We should have like a little checkout.
Yeah, do a little survey, checkout survey. Be like, what's your sign?
Some people
that's your inventory.
It's for inventory purpose.
Well, even our stuff that we have that is astrological, it's up and down with what's out each month. I mean, of course, like whatever sign is coming, like whatever we're about to go into
for somebody's birthday or whatever.
Yeah, because so we'll have, we're in Cancer season, so we're gonna have a lot of Cancer and Leo stuff go right now because people are buying gifts for people. But then you have people that buy their stuff all year round. So I don't know that there's a specific one. I really don't
think so either. So, yeah, but maybe I can. What's your sign?
So now Helena's gonna have a survey up on the register.
Like, hi, can I interest you in after purchase? They're like, get away from me, crazy lady.
Just do like a little bead thing, like drop a bead in your sign before you leave.
That's right. And I'll count.
What a spiritual tool are you guys like more gravitated to? And so what I mean by that is, and for me, like I'm more gravitated to just astrology anytime I'm trying to figure something out in my life or I'm feeling lost. I know Hannah relies a lot on tarot. What is it for you guys? And this could be anything like crystals, pendulums, astrology, tarot. Like, what is it that's like your go-to, like, this is my tool that I always gravitate to?
I know what yours is, but
should we do a guessing game? How well do you know each other?
I know what hers
Listen, Sarah is amazing at like manifesting. She's really good at manifesting. So I think for Sarah, she does a lot of candle magic, and I think she's very powerful whenever she does that. For me, I think pendulums are my thing. I've been using pendulums since I was 12. And tarot came later. And with pendulums, I've just always had I think anybody can do it, but I've just always been able to connect really easy with them. You know, tarot is a system. You have to learn sort of like what it all means and, you know, mentally break that down. And Sarah's like,
it's too structured for me.
but so I think, yeah, pendulums are definitely for me. I don't know if maybe you disagree about the candle magic thing, but I feel like it's very powerful with that.
I do like candles a lot. I'll go to that. It's a pretty good go-to. If I need to pull a card, I'm going to pull Oracle all day. No, I'm not going to pull.
Sarah's like, you can miss me with that tarot.
I'm a water sign. I don't want. I'm a Pisces. I'm like, the structure is just, I don't know. I'm always so worried. I'm like, it's not right. I'm not doing it right.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm like, I can't. And I've taken numerous classes. Like, I get it. I understand it. It's just not my go-to.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm the same way where I need direct messages.
Yeah.
Like, tell me clearly.
Yeah.
What is it that I'm not catching?
It does.
I feel like Oracle adds a little positivity in there, you know, where it's like, everything's going to be okay.
I think for me with tarot, it's like, in my head, I'm like, well, these are the rules for the card. Like, it's almost like, in my brain, it says the cards have rules and I have to follow those rules. I am not a rule follower. My parents will tell you right away, like, I am the most rebellious. I am not going to follow. So I think that in my head, I'm like, I can't do it. I can do it. I just.
So the card jumps on you, like, nope, didn't want you.
You don't count.
But like Oracle, it's so like flowy and like has a little positive twist on it usually. Even if they're like dark cards, they still have some little positive vibe going on in there, and just need something. And I feel like my brain lets me kind of use my intuition a little bit more with that. And then I recently took a charm class and I really liked that because I was like, yeah, I can get into this, like intuition.
Yeah, it was very different because I was like, I don't understand.
And I'm like, here, let me read
and
your
then
charm.
Sarah's like, actually, this means this and this is over here and that's close to this. And I'm just like, oh.
And usually it's the opposite because Helena's like, no, it's like that. And I'm like, I don't get it. You know, so it's like, I finally got something.
She's like, I can do it. I'm like, I can do it. This maybe is not for me.
It's interesting. We're definitely the exact opposite.
Yeah. Pisces and Virgo. So we are literally the opposite.
All right. Well, any final advice? Anybody listening that's like, I want to start a shop.
Do it.
Yeah, do it. Don't just know that it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. You're going to have a lot of, I don't know, at the end of the day, I feel like you get a lot of people that are supportive, but you get a lot of people who are not, or behind closed doors are not too. So you have to be prepared for that as well. There's a lot of, and I mean, I don't know if it's just our area or every area is like that. It's been definitely a lot of learning curves there.
Yeah. And get clear on what you want to do and what you want to offer and start small. Sometimes I tell people, you know, like build a presence somewhere so that you have a community. So if you're already doing vending events and stuff like that, maybe the next step is moving your stuff in like consignment somewhere. And then after you've been consigning somewhere, or then you can move to a few shops. And then once you've done that, if you're still like, I can keep up this production schedule, because a lot of the time, if you are making your own products, you need to make sure that you can continue to, you know, have the output for all of the sales that you're hoping to make. And then if you do want to like put yourself online and then, you know, see if having a brick and mortar is something that you really want to do. I don't really want to like talk anybody out of it. It's just, there's a lot of overhead that comes with having a store. But if you work all that into your costs and stuff and grab some extra things, like, you know, start building out external things that are outside of your own products, then I think anybody could be successful at it for sure.
And I definitely agree with vending. I think vending is the number one place to start, because then you have to show up. You have to be there. You have to be ready for a long day of work. You have to work with people face on. So you're going to get all those different personalities and see if you can handle that. Because that's another thing. Is like you don't necessarily have to be a people person, I don't think, but you have to be able to. I mean, it's retail. You have to be able to talk to them and be okay if you get someone who's, you know, you just don't vibe with, and you still got to finish that transaction, you know, stuff like that. Which we don't really get that. You're very. like, I don't, like almost never, but you still have to be ready for that kind of stuff. So I think vending is like the number one way to try it out.
I think that's a great way to just get your foot into like a retail mindset, because there's a lot that has to go into that too.
And with vending, I mean, you have your bad days too. Like not every market is your market. Your neighbor might be selling out and you might be sitting there and you're like, I've sold nothing.
I've had markets like that. And that doesn't mean that my product wasn't good. It's just not my market. You know, you just have to also have that mindset that sometimes it's just not you. You know, in the beginning, there were days, like I said, that we just didn't do a whole lot, but it wasn't
We'd have weeks like that. You know? You're like, we had 2 people come in this week.
We were so excited. We had 2 people. But, you know, and that's definitely increased over the years. But that does, I mean, you show up every day. Like you have to be on constantly social media. Like there's just a lot that goes into all the things. And then, you know, taking on like TikTok and trying to make sure that we're because that's, you know, kind of where things are at the moment. And so just being able to also move with what is trending and being okay with like putting your face on a camera. And like, it's not my favorite thing to do, but heck, if it gets people in the door, like I'm not opposed to doing it. It's just, I will.
Okay, well, thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to speak with us. And for all you listening, stay tuned for our next episode.
Yeah.